Bone Dancers have a really interesting tree, so do the Marrow Drinkers. Well, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get to see very much of the Marrow Drinkers, because I intend to kill them. Supply could be a problem, but I'm not expecting to have massive armies. They will be pretty high supply usage. An organization recovery rate means that we can just keep on attacking. Keep on attacking! Mother of the Warren would give us stability. Oh, we could get some training. Here we go. This is more organization. Let's do that. I haven't really had any problems with power gain, unlike in New Canaan. How are we doing for resources? We have enough to train a couple more. And the other thing I would like to do is edit these so that they are 5. There we go. Yeah.
Sick of waiting.
Work is needed is done. Tracking dogs. Let's get those. And now we're getting multiple units on each tile. This is very good for us. So I think we're going to call the giants. Then we're going to get succulent marrow. We'll attack and then we'll start consolidating. I'm pretty happy with our strategy so far of just exploding out from the Troll Warren and just taking as much land as we can early on. We could do some training. Yeah, while we're waiting, may as well. Although not having them in the army means they'll lose preparation. Well, we can always pop the prep bonus. Succulent marrow only takes 30 days. Nope, let's bring him back in the army. And let's have you lot all staff office plan. Probably didn't need to do that. But with a 102% preparation bonus, I think it makes sense. And I'm going to say, as soon as we declare war, punch them! Sky Reavers declared war on the Grabbers. That's one that I actually really want to see, Sky Reaver tree. I think they'd be interesting being based in Area 51. Was Area 51 ever covered in any Fallout game? I think we want to get to at least level 2 infrastructure. Let's go ahead and upgrade those, unless there's a penalty for doing so here. Oh, if the first is a cult of personality, gains stability and a gift of iron. If Betty is the war chief, gain planning skill. Interesting, okay. That'll allow us to push north pretty heavily. Okay. We have options. Ah, we can also get forcing them to dig now. 2 types of men. Those who have bullets in their gun and those who dig. You dig. Most prominent mention of Area 51 is actually a mod called Fallout 1.5. There you get to visit it. Okay. But it's not in one of the official games. Succulent Marrow is done. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get Trolls of the Warren so we can get the Behemoth production cost. And then call it the first. Bone Snarl. In private told us that if we wish to have all of the Behemoths join our side, we need to seek out their leader. The first enters the woods to call out the monster waiting in the shadows. Okay, it says we're not going to win. Let's see if that's true. Pretty sure that's not true. Good luck, Omis. 100 kills, 1 loss. Those are the types of ratios I like to see. 150, 160. New NCR took 10 states. Bandits have been destroyed. Unsurprisingly. Where are you going? Thankfully, it doesn't cost you any planning preparation to tell people to stop being stupid. Rooted is entrenchment speed, max entrenchment. Pain train is power armor attack. Yeah, it's not useful. Out of supply, however. Let's get strong back. Savage Leader won't do you any good either. Unfortunately, Bone Snarl, I think, has already got all of the unit traits. I think it would be nice if there were a couple of unit traits which weren't linked to the specials. Because we're at level 4 and we've already got like all of the traits we can have. Unless I make him into a commander. Frankly, I could. Fact. Thinking about it. What exactly does out of supply mean? Is it the time it takes you to run out of supply? No, that's grace. Supply grace. Is it the amount of attrition you take for being out of supply? That might be. Penalty for not having the supplies. Okay, so this is 20% less penalty. Is that low supply or out of supply? Though I guess they are the same thing. Yeah, looks like we're able to push this pretty easily. Confidence in the assault is now pretty high. I like that laugh. The Reclamation Authority. The first has decided to construct a Reclamation Authority devoted to the promoting of the scavenging in the wasteland. Let's go stomp some stuff. Have I played New Reno? I have not played New Reno yet, no. More military factories. Now, we do definitely have a supply of behemoths. Unfortunately, I still can't train anymore, so I think we need to keep training more regular dudes. So let's go ahead and start making some more of their equipment. SGC is Cheyenne. What are the casualties? We have lost 12. They've lost 924. I know it's SGC was in Cheyenne because that's the American Bomber Command in reality, I think. Or maybe it's I know that it's the Bomber Command because SGC was filmed in, or was set in Cheyenne. You got pushed back. Unacceptable. Drinkers are most of the way dead. Alright. Call of the First. The First is the oldest of our kind, born in the days following the war, an accident of nature, destined to inherit the realms of mankind. Let his words echo throughout the wasteland. Let all who hear it, human, mutant, or ghoul, know that he has come for them. They may kneel, or they may fall, but all who hear the call of the First must answer. Bane of Man, we get plus 12% division attack. Sweet. 212 soft attack right now. We are right to laugh. Oh wow, that was sudden. Alright, who's next? This is so different from how I usually play these games. Like, I've done no consolidation whatsoever. Is there an all-Gaul faction? Yes, but they don't have a focus tree yet. Old Country is all-Gaul. And I think the developers were talking about adding Necropolis, which I think was going to be all Gauls. Which was here. Vault City can be led by Gauls. Interesting. Maradrinkers didn't put up as much of a fight as I thought they would. Yeah, everything's been kind of wimpy so far. Ah, we can modify the government again. Now is the time for us to get Monster in the Woods. Behemoth production cost -30, experienced soldier loss -20, which is huge. That's like having a level 4 hospital. Alright, who's next? Bone Dancers would be on that side. And Tumult. I think that's probably what we'll go for. Fossils and Mirelurks. I like the Mirelurks. I'm kind of tempted to let them live. Tumult's there, Bone Dancers. Oh, there's the Apostles. I mean, we can attack them. I don't really want to go across rivers as the thing. Oh, they have their own focus tree. Huh. I think I've been forgetting these guys. Apparently the Apostles actually have a focus tree. Have I put the new government in power for the Behemoths? No. Isn't the Washington Brotherhood led by Gaul? Don't know. To be fair, Troll War intends to stomp even as the AI if they don't get wiped out early. That's true. Apostles and Mirelurks were once united from what I understand. Interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely be playing the Mirelurks at some point. Arroyo does not have a focus tree, no. Are the Mirelurks actually Mirelurks? Yes. Oh, the Mirelurk focus tree is the same as the pot. Did I have the wrong nation selected? No, I didn't. I just noticed because they both have the freighter fortress. So the Mirelurks and the Apostles have the same. So maybe the Apostles are a fragment from Mirelurk. Mirelurk tribe can become civilized through their focus tree, as can the Marrow Drinkers. Interesting. Well, I'm thinking right now, Bone Dancers and Tumult.
Sometimes they escape, and I have to round them up again.
So let's prepare for an attack against them. Oops, didn't mean to pause. I meant to speed up. How did the New Canaan run go? It was good. We won all of the wars that we could fight. We were in the process of puppeting, or had puppeted, basically everyone around us. Tar Walkers, Crazy Horses, Dead Horses, Sorrows were all puppeted. Timekeepers, Whitelegs, 80s had been annexed, as had New Hammond. And we were working on Lone Tree, Lord's Anointed, and Unitar, trying to get them puppeted when it crashed. But by that point, Caesar's Legion basically owned all of this. And it was just like, we might be able to win if we really grind this out. But I was basically done with that game. Missing one province on my... Oh, so I am. Well spotted. Followers of the Apocalypse. Following the recent establishment in our neighbouring rivals, a group of humanitarian pacifists who dub themselves the Followers of the Apocalypse have begun trickling into our lands. Their aim is seemingly noble, to provide services for those in need, ranging from medical care to agricultural advice. They care for the parts of society we prefer to forget, be they homeless or junkies, or simply cattle, and are accepting to all who have no one left to turn to. On this front alone, we have no qualms with them. After all, who would refuse free medical supplies? Problems only start to arise when you look closely at our neighbours, where the Followers have established for a while. Support for any sort of war amongst their people of these nations is slipping, as they prefer to stay on their farmsteads and practice their new medicines. There's even some indication the Followers accept seditious anarchists into their ranks who are intent on either burning our nation to the ground or seizing power for themselves. We may need to keep an eye on them, therefore, if we decide to tolerate the Followers remaining in our lands. Once established in a nation, the Followers appear very difficult to uproot. We must therefore decide swiftly, before they have a chance to settle down properly, whether or not we should welcome these Followers of the Apocalypse and their strange beliefs into our lands. Accepting them will undoubtedly bring benefit, but at what long-term cost? Let them come, they'll only do good. It'd be best to keep these anarchists from our lands, or... They can't do that! Shoot them, or... something! I think we should shoot them or something. And that actually stops them joining. This isn't like the Broken Coast where they kind of subtly come in going, don't worry about us, we'll just sneak in. Nope, that actually kicks them out. Cool. Sometimes when you follow the apocalypse, it follows you.
So many staring eyes.
We could do another slave purchase. Sure, why not? Militia training. Which will eventually lead to some de-offense. Ah, support equipment. We can now finally get support units. And I feel like we probably should. Oh, you need tribal scout kit before you can get specialized. Interesting. Healing powder? Healing the 12 casualties we take? I do think that we may actually want logistics support for these guys. So probably 80 rifles, dynamite, mongrels, chems, logistics? If I remember correctly, these just make you move faster. Yes, they do. This was the main reason I was actually training dogs. Not because of any of their actual combat abilities, they just make your units faster. See you, Charlotte. Need the mini-nuke suicide bombers. Yeah, that would be nice. Recon also gives you speed, that's true. So I think we want recon, mongrels, logistics, dynamite! And then either AT or chems. In fact, we may even want these. Hard attack 8. Let's see what we can compare. Hard attack of 8, hard attack of 10, piercing 25, piercing 8. Soft attack 8, soft attack 4. Oh, these are way cheaper. Crikey, that's significant. Okay. Are there any other industrial things I need to do first? Yes, there's a research. Let's get that. And we can deploy. Excellent.
So many staring eyes.
In fact, once you've joined the line, we can set these guys to training.
So many staring eyes. Headforce, that you?
And I feel like we have more than enough resources now to train a bunch more of these guys. And that should free up a couple more special forces units slots too. Don't forget to buy slaves. Yeah, we already are. Ball City has joined the Nevada Pact. See? Alright, Call of the First is being done. Then I think we're going to go breaking their ribs. This requires both of those. Then we can do Warhorn to the east and decimate the dancers. And we're just going to keep expanding. Alright, Call of the First. Done. Now we've got all of our attack bonuses. Let's break their ribs and core all of those states. The Rib Breakers have been our victims for decades, with our raids constantly claiming their bravest young warriors for mutation, even as we feast upon their weaker people. For too long have we allowed this weak tribe to exist. They must be crushed. Right, I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break, so if you need to take a break, I would recommend you do so now, and then we shall reconvene in 2 minutes. I will run an advert while I'm away, so just 2 minutes, everyone, 2 minutes. Have a break. Okay, and I am back again. Switch back over to that, double check the advert's finished. It has! Onwards! Desert Rangers took 4 states, the Vipers have been annexed. Just trying to remember, who have I actually played as now? Desert Rangers, Heaven's Gate, New Canaan, Troll Warren, Broken Coast, Free Fighters. Is it just those 6? feel like I'm missing somebody. I think it is just those 6. The scavengers found something. Research bonus for air tech. Air tech, I don't think I can... Oh no, I can get gliders. Not that useful. NCR declared war on the Scorpions. So, you 2 are ready. And then all of these are still in training. We seem to be producing quite a few guns at the moment, which is quite nice. And we have enough behemoths for 2 more units. No longer get the effects from the unifying warbands. Quadrant searching. Let's do that. Breaking their ribs. Okay. Let's get drinking the marrow for even more manpower. The marrow drinkers were too weak to stand against us, but anyone within the Warren's warrior caste could have told you this. They were like carrion birds, scavenging bones from the battles of others, drinking that which they did not openly earn. They broke easily and will remain broken. They did break quite easily, actually. Why do behemoths have tank sound effects? It's weird. Caesar's Legion declared war on the Twin Mothers. So it has come to this. Refined warfare. Aha! Onwards and upwards. And we can deploy some more super mutants. So we shall do so, and we shall add those to the armies in training. What are we constructing right now? We are upgrading Beaver Creek. And then everything there has at least level 2 infrastructure. Now that's a point. The faster that I take all of my neighbours out, the less they're going to have developed their territories. It's fine. I'm playing a super aggro game. Do you know what would be the best bot faction? As in robots? I would assume, I mean, lots of people are saying that New Vegas is really, really good, which I can understand. And possibly also Tlalocan. Yeah, Tlalocan. I think Ejecito Mexicano might be as well. Yeah, they are. In fact, I think Ejecito is a mixture. Tlalocan, I think, is robots, and then New Vegas is robots. Okay, so we can now get another upgrade. Are we researching anything? We are going to get slashing melee weapons. So we probably want to get one of the businesses that upgrades those. I don't want that one, though. Demolitions, tech reduction. Golden Gecko would be good. Infantry tech research time. It's not that useful. Get Mother of the Warren. For the extra stability and political power. But again, we don't really need the political power. Oh, we could get the, here we go. Slavery up. Gain 1 slave a month. I think, though, if we have enslave our enemies, we get more. Oh, wait, no, that's going backwards. Rely on slaves. Here we go. You and I are a perfect fit. You want to buy slaves, and I want to sell them. You killed 100 human beings just for drug testing? Well, not on purpose. I mean, slaves are expensive. Still, we made the money back in the first few months, so the Moradino family wasn't so pissed at me. I think we'll rely on slaves. I'm guessing that increases the number we get. No. Alright, what did that do? Except being bad. It ups the effect of slaves. It's hidden. They buff industry. Okay. Bone Dancers offer a treaty. The Bone Dancers have offered us a rather lucrative treaty. If we were to promise not to invade them, they're willing to give us a rather large amount of caps, resources and manpower to compensate us. This is a great deal, and it would be silly not to accept. They're not actually showing me what they offer, though. Yeah, I think I still want to kind of invade them. We refuse! No deal, Humies. Also, we have a new focus. I think it's time for us to expand the Warren, don't you? Ah, and we lose the warband without a home as well. Which is a minus 15 stability. Right, because we've already killed all of those guys. With our newly conquered lands in tandem, we no longer are such a weak nation. Already, many mutants are now able to leave the caves for the first time and spread out across the fields and the hills we have attained. For many, it is good to see the sky again. Sky important. It blue. Me no like blue.
Shit, I'm waiting. Don't look at me.
Bountiful coast and worthy foe is down to your leader if you can attack. The Apostles support the rabble. Apostle forces have launched a raid to help slaves within our nation escape. This is a grave insult that will jeopardize our relations. 5 slaves ran away and we lost some stability. We will get our revenge! Also, we just trained up another behemoth, which is rather nice. I don't think there's any limit. No. Nothing stops us. This gives us General Shatterhand. And Bone Snarl will gain attack skill. Oh no, if Bone Snarl is a war chief. Who's Bone Snarl? Oh, that's Bone Snarl. Right, the attacky guy is the Bone Snarl. Gotcha. And that's Pitman. So we probably want to do Pinnacle Point so that we can get Betty's findings and the planning skill.
Shit, I'm waiting. Huh?
More slaves? More slaves. Pretty late for a stream. No later than usual, Luftwaffe. Oh, you mean you're here late for a stream? That's possible. Still very much in my usual times. New California Republic took 10 states. Scorpions are our next. Civilian factories. don't really know what I want to be making. Are we short on any resources? Pfft, no. Not even close. I guess we could be making more military factories in that case. Question is, can I be bothered to upgrading the infrastructure? I don't think so. Nah, let's just make more military factories in that case. The Chichen Itza Empire declared war on La Tierra de Trotzil. Get infrastructure in the capital for that one focus. This is true. Yes, this is very true. That's not the capital. That's the capital. Expanding the Warren.
Don't look at me.
Warhorns to the east. Of all the northern tribes, there are none greater than the Bone Dancers, who stand atop masses of unworthy. They are the only worthy foe we can find in these lands, and our battles with them shall be savoured. To the south lies the last of the hidden tribes, the long reclusive animists of the swamp. Like all others, they must be defeated. So, Bone Dancers, are you really a threat? I'm super mutant, I outnumber you. No, not really. Yeah, I do kind of feel like I'm wiping out all my neighbours a little bit too quickly, but never mind. Resistor, that would be a tech buff. Do I want decryption? I mean, I probably do want decryption. Can I get better knives yet? No. Let's get Scout Kit so we can start researching the special doctrine. Yes, I think this is a good plan. Still can't get any more special forces. Disappointed.
Huh?
Huh? What did you miss? Just got back from hospital. Oh, I hope you're alright. You have missed basically the entire stream, Mike. Currently playing as the Troll Warren. New Canaan finished. And we've just been constantly at war fighting loads of different factions and just wiping them out. Super mutants are kinda strong. Warhorns to the east. Yeah, see, getting all of these would be a lot of buffs. 4 build slots. 3 build slots. Oh, for every level of infrastructure... Oh no, hang on. Every level of infrastructure in the capital add production. Yeah, so we want to get that done. No. The whole point of this is we're just crushing people. Although we could go up to Tumult Station. Doesn't necessarily have to be the Bone Drinkers just yet. Bone Dancers. We really need to get some decryption so I can see what these guys have been researching. I think we're going to go after Tumult, actually. Yeah, we're going to go after Tumult. Okay. Smash the station! Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mike. Condolences. Caesar's Legion took 5 states. Twin Mothers have been annexed. I think it might be better to update the normal trolls to 20 width instead of making more. Might give you extra big boys. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't realise that these weren't. Sure, we can do that. That's going to mean we need to do a bunch more training. So be it. It's fine. We're also going to be getting really quite supply heavy now. Yes, we are.
Head voice. That's you.
Alright, now we definitely need to upgrade supply stuff.
So many staring eyes.
How many troops does Tumult have? 10.
Head voice. That's you. Sick of waiting.
So hopefully we'll be able to just attack with what we have. We're allowed to have 12 special forces now. So we are once again contributing to the total, but no, we can't get any more for a bit. Quadrant searching, done. No, not that. I want this one. Plant cultivation. There we are. Yeah, we do need more manpower, but manpower will come. Because we are coring everything as we take it. It's not like we lose a lot of manpower either. Slavers of the Wastes. Monthly population -5, stability -10. No, that sounds horrible. So one of these was a supply consumption reduction, right? Yeah, you. Super mutant eats plants? No, Moo eats plant. Me eat Moo. Mercenary training instructors? Maybe? Hell, we could even afford veteran training instructors for even more organization. I do like that idea. I think we are going to need to research logistics. Do that. So once we got tribal scout kit, I think we'll go logistics. Alright, smash the station. Done. Let's get tribal encampments, because I want to get the pinnacle point. Those tribes who have been broken under our boot are crawling to us. They're women, they're children, they're elderly and they're feeble. They grow to live around the warren in dense encampments that bring us wealth and a steady supply of slaves. And then Tumult. Afraid your time has come.
Don't look at me.
And yes, I was aware that I was training. It's fine.
Huh?
More slaves. Get those bonuses up and running. Add a couple more to the front line. We're now taking desert attrition. Are we short on? Yeah, we are. And manpower a little bit. But we'll gain a bunch of manpower when we take this place out, so not really a problem.
Shit, I'm waiting.
Alright, now we're taking supply. Caesar's Legion declared on cowboy country. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to start working on the infrastructure. Let's make sure it's at least level 5 throughout my realm. Yeah, we're losing loads to attrition. Crap. To such an extent that I think I'm going to leave these guys up here.
So many staring eyes.
Where they can effectively form a second army. This way at least we're not suffering attrition down here. Not as bad anyway. Tribal encampments done. Let's get Pinnacle Point. The Pinnacle Point library houses vast amounts of information that we can use to further ourselves. Few of our people can read, but those that can bring forth knowledge long forgotten. Supply really that bad? Apparently. Let's get you built up first. And now I think it's going to be time for us to do a little consolidation, because we're going to need the civilian factories that this offers, so that we can get the infrastructure set up, ready for further offensives. I'm going to replace Doctor with Old Soldier, so we can reduce the supply consumption. Because taking attrition from the desert, yeah, fine. There's not a lot we can do about it until we get Desert Fox, which we're working on. How are we doing for behemoths? Okay, we have loads of behemoths. Behemoths are not the problem here. There goes Tremont Station. Well, actually, we're going to need to start preparing some support equipment. That 5% desert attrition is horrible. Caesar's Legion took 4 states. Cowboy country have been annexed. Treaty of Route 95. NTR took out the Mojave Raiders. Betty has become enamored with the words of the past held within this library. She has personally asked the First if she can keep if he can keep searching for more of these places in the future, believing that it may bring about a new age of power and knowledge for the super mutants. What? Research? Oh, hell yeah. Oh! Alright, good times, good times. Logistic support. Just as well you're not using a real army. Think about how bad the attrition would be then. Yeah, that's true. Betty's smart. Betty gets smarter now. How close is Tremont? Sky Reavers took 4. Grabber Territory was a next. Tribal Scout Kit. Now we can get the land... No. Specialized Doctrines. Here we go. Which is going to increase the number of behemoths we can have in our armies. New focus, thank you. Too busy celebrating the fact that Betty's smart. Okay, I think it is time for them to dig. Let's get the housing first, actually. Then we can dig. Yeah. This is also manpower. The majority of our slaves live in small, uncomfortable tents. Those who have earned the right, they may build their homes out of those resources that remain after constructing the abodes of the super mutants. Plus 20 division attack. Our division attack is scary. Housing slaves and mutants. Done. That was quick. It takes little work to learn how to use a simple pick to gather stone, yet it is hard to encourage them without threats of violence. We just need to encourage them harder. Much harder. Look at the strength of that unit just melting as we hit it. Eek. I'm not talking the organization, I meant the yellow bar. Ow. Concentration of force. Done. Rapid redeployment. Ooh, plus 10% movement speed. Don't mind if I do.
Shit, I'm waiting.
Carry on. You know what? I could actually have you lot lining up for a war against these guys. Like this. And we'll put Pitman in charge. Pitman with his crazy logistics. There we go. That works. Alright, so what can you get? Strong back, which is out of supply, which might be useful. Reconnaissance, land knight attack, division, infantry division attack, infantry division defense. Now here's the question. Is that infantry? Yeah, it's specifically infantry. It doesn't say leg infantry, it just says infantry. Which means this isn't going to boost you. However, ninja will. And then strong back, I think. They're sabotaging us. I saw that. I thought for a minute I saw the parachute thing next to the woods monsters. Parachuting behemoths. Why have we stopped?
Head voice, not you.
we still attrition problems? No. We've got it under control now. That's what I like to see. We lost 50, they lost 1,000. But we also lost a lot more to attrition. Yeah. Oh no, that's enemy losses. We lost 700. We don't know exactly how much manpower that is, but that'll definitely be a sum. Alright. That's level 5. That's level 5 already. Nice. And we can get a couple of you to drop.
Head voice, that you?
Come on, take Rome March. You can do it. Fields Point, done. Rome March, took it. Boom. Okay. I forgot the focus again. Warren, add 1 infrastructure. Take their homes. Let's core it and get the manpower. The human trading community at Tumult Station has proven itself remarkably resilient in the last few decades. Repelling our... Rappelling or repelling? I think you mean repelling, not rappelling. Now I'm just imagining a bunch of human rangers rappelling down a super mutant. Repelling our attacks on numerous occasions. The first has declared that we shall finally take them seriously as a threat and bring the brunt of our might down upon them. With steel and bone, they shall be humbled.
Head voice, that you? Huh?
Plant cultivation, done. Clay working, let's get that construction so we can get the infrastructure going. And we are still absolutely fine, more or less, in terms of supply. Okay, good.
Shit, I'm waiting.
Ninja super mutants. The only thing worse would be a pirate ninja super mutant. Oh, I'm sure that can be arranged. Okay, so if we went down the other side, it would be Mylark and the Apostles. Do I want to go after the Bone Dancers, or do I want to go after the Apostles? How are you doing? Coral-lined canoes. You're doing naval stuff. Question is whether you've done much down here. Part of the problem is I can't see. I can't see their focuses and it's annoying me. It's one of the main reasons to have good decryption. Launch them from catapults with parachutes attached to them. Do we want to go after the Apostles? Because we know that the Bone Dancers actually have a tremendous industrial potential. Clerical militias is just manpower. That's off-map equipment, which doesn't help us. Oh, the Bone Dancers of geckos. Interesting. Or Gex, not Gecko.
Sometimes they escape, and I have to round them up again.
We're up to 13. We need 2 more, then we can get another woods monster, behemoth. Getting there. Slowly but surely. Speed 5 this again. Pitman falls ill? Unacceptable. Oh, I have no doubt that I can beat the Bone Dancers. That's not the problem. The problem is I want to make sure that they've built themselves up as much as possible, so that they can give me more stuff when I do take them. Am I getting any discounts in these slaves yet, by the way? Don't know. Taking their homes. Done. Now we're getting manpower. And in fact, we already had manpower positive from previous. Decimate the dancers? Is it time? Screw it, let's do it. Or we can go for the apostles. I think I'm going to go for the apostles. The horns that echo from the ruined land, the rib breakers and the marrow drinkers, grow closer to the borders of even more tribes with each passing day. Yet these tribes are not as weak as the last. They are a proud warrior folk, ready to do battle with all who stand against them.
Sometimes they escape, and I have to round them up again.
Alright, let's go and punch through. Yeah.
Huh?
Huh? How many troops can you maintain? No more. I would like Broken Top to be done first, please. Caesar's Legion declared war on Tucson. Oh wow, and these really need leveling up. Alright then. How'd New Canaan go? How did I deal with the Legion? I didn't. Unfortunately it crashed. We were in a position where we could challenge them. It would have been a grueling fight. I think I probably would eventually have won, because my industrial potential was enormous. I just hadn't met it yet. So as long as I resisted them early on, and I was taking all the rivers down here, so I think we would have been able to with massive counterattack down this side. It was possible, but it crashed and I was getting bored, so we decided to start a new game. Because the one thing I will say about New Canaan is you spend a lot of time doing nothing. Like, it's an interesting tree, but it's really reactionary. Like, the fact that you can't change your manpower law for that long is crazy. And the fact you can't declare or justify wars until right at the end of the tree? Madness! You know what? Let's move you back. Let's put you facing them. I trust the Western Brotherhood. They're massing... They are massing a lot of troops here, actually. What are you doing? You also have a lot... You have a lot of troops. Crikey. Not seeing any focuses which has them declare wars. Hunting the first. There it is. So yes, I think we should maintain a presence against them. Guerra's conviction. I implore you, the people of the Republic, to welcome the formation of a government representing the resolve of the downtrodden, the oppressed, and the enslaved. It's a great speech, but I've read it quite a few times recently. Vault City declared war on the Pale Folk. Caesar's legion took 6 states, 2 sons have been annexed. Warhorns in the west. Here we go. Let's go after the apostles. The apostle annihilation. No working done. Freaking Edie. Ah. We never did get local workspaces. We should probably do that. Although, before we do this, actually, I want to unlock more of the support stuff that we were after. Like Recon and Warhounds.
Don't look at me.
So that we can start actually getting some of those in our armies. Also, we have loads of political power, which we could totally be spending. Let's get... military academy training, I guess. That's the top level. Sure. And... civilian factory construction. We're not really doing any of that. Mother of the Warren. Stability and political power. Let's do that. And we're never going to get those two, so we may as well get the slaving bastard for the non-core manpower. Even if we're not going to get much of that at all. Specialized warfare. Time to start leveling up the... numbers. Nightkin, Ghoul Infantry, Special Forces. Those are not mutants. Special units. There. These are. Special Forces capacity, plus 2%. Special Forces minimum, 10. It's going to be 2 more behemoths right there. Nightkin are mutant. Yes, but they're not super mutants. I don't know how I get Nightkin. Oh, I can get them now. Aha. How do they compare? I don't know what unlocked that. I looked earlier and I didn't have them. So, Nightkin are faster, they have better organization, better soft attack, better hard attack, better defense, better breakthrough, better piercing. Ah, but Nightkin require special ops equipment. So it's going to be basically... how can I tell if they're special ops? I mean, if they require Spec Ops equipment, I'm pretty sure they're Spec Ops. But this does mean that it would be basically Nightkin or Behemoths. And I'd rather have the Behemoths. Nightkin was smart super mutants that used stealth boys and went schizophrenic because of it. Yep. I remember meeting them. That was an interesting one, actually. That was the... Helios? Was that Helios? Might well have been. No, it was Repcon. Yeah, it was the rocket factory. Is that in this? That would be... Nipton... Oh, Novak's not even on the map. Disappointed! Would have been over here somewhere. Possibly even here. It's urban. The one that attacks the cattle if you did the quest. Oh no, there's a whole area of Nightkin. And it's an interesting one, because you can try and broker an alliance with the Nightkin. It's how you get the Ghoul Sharpshooter Companion. And they're scary because they're Nightkin that use the power hammer things. Like, if they hit you, you're dead. And it's also how you get the unique sword. Yeah, the sub-basement. But it's interesting because the reasons that the Nightkin are fighting is actually like, I kind of get it. It's a morally ambiguous quest, which I liked.
Shit, I'm waiting.
What's the red province near San Francisco? White legs attack the creepers. Oh, it's the she. China. No focus tree, though. Not yet.
Head voice, that you.
Head voice, that you. Alright, let's take him out. Show us how it's done, Mr.
So
Bone Snarl. Not like that. The hell is guarding that spot? Heroes of the War. Mirelurk platoons. So they got their own monsters. And they're very, 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 very good at defense, apparently. Interesting. I better go and send some more troops then. I mean, Crescent Lake will fall quickly enough. What the hell is that? Apostle raised Mirelurks. 0 of 8 enemy divisions can pierce this division's armor. Interesting. We may finally have a fight on our hands. Maybe. If you make the Mirelurks a puppet, can you make them into troops? No. I don't think so. Actually, if they're a puppet, maybe you can. I don't think you'd be able to tweak the template, though. However, if you play as the Mirelurk tribe or the Apostles, then you can use Mirelurks. Like, Mirelurk tribe are Mirelurks. Their special unit, just like Warren has super mutants, is Mirelurks for them. You. Keep getting distracted and forgetting to do this. Mirelurk meat. Over on the armory would get me more guns and stuff. No, I think we want more of the civilian factories, don't we? Yes. Did I finish the infrastructure in the Warren? I did. Bugger. I forgot to reduce the amount of infrastructure I was building by 1.
Got you now.
Desert attrition. We have a little bit of bad supply. Which hopefully will resolve itself. The Mirelurk tribe has given us a strange offer today. One of their shelled envoys has asked that they give us some of their land in exchange for a harvest worth of mut fruit. The land they're asking for isn't particularly valuable either. Maybe we should consider this offer. Trade land for the fruit. Crow lands lose Water. Warren gains water. Ankeny. Goes over to them. And Beaver Creek goes over to them. I kind of like the idea of the Mirelurks and the Troll Warren working side by side. I don't know if that's actually feasible, though. I'm guessing if I accept this, then Mirelurk meet's no longer going to be possible. I've been super aggro, so I'm kind of leaning towards no at the moment. I think going with one of the generals gives you Mirelurks. Yeah, I suspect it's the one that leads here, so this would be Pitman. Pitman might. What is the Iron Alliance, or whatever it's called, in Northeast? I don't know. Nah. I'm gonna say no. We're gonna kill everything. Where are they? Iron Alliance. They look like chaos. They act like chaos. They're a raider gang, though. Slaver gang. Yeah, they're raiders. I'm curious about them, though. Definitely curious.
So many staring eyes.
We are still suffering some attrition here. We haven't taken enough of the state yet to develop it. Oh, now we may have. Diamond Peak. Let's see it repaired. Got to keep the supply coming through here. I think I'm going to move two of these guys back.
Head voice, that you?
You two back over that way. It's going to be an interesting challenge of balancing like the number of troops I need in an attack versus the supply they use. Because we are pretty supply intensive. Alright. Focus is done. I think we're going to continue with the slave workshops. Those few slaves to possess the skills in architecture and design lead a life of relative comfort when compared to their companions. They have homes and design blueprints and schematics for our expansion operations. This ensures their safety. Fossils are almost gone. Do we ever focus against Arroyo? I want revenge for the last game. I suspect we probably do. Southern Push. Arroyo. Klamath. Timberline. Washington Brotherhood. So that's Klamath and Arroyo. And this is just the Brotherhood. This is all the Brotherhood. Oh, this gets us Icejaw, who's the Winter Attrition Division Attrition guy. Interesting. But if they look like chaos and act like chaos, then they must be dark elves. Going north is very valuable. Yeah, I kind of suspect it's going to be more valuable than going south. I mean, this is just 2 small provinces, whereas the Brotherhood is all of this. Also, the Brotherhood is way more of a threat than these 2 are, especially as these don't actually have focuses. Oh, technology. I think I would like to get reconnaissance companies. I'm also going to start adding logistics companies to my units. We easily have the gear for it. Ooh, we can train 1 more of these. Huzzah! Does the Arroyo tree give us anything? Vengeance! Destroying the temple gives us stability and war support. The final threat. War goal against Brotherhood, Portmore and Old Country. So, no. Does it give us cause? It doesn't even give us a cause, it just gives us a claim. Oh no, it does. No, it doesn't. So why would you ever go southern push? Technically more territory, but it doesn't give you the cause on the stuff. If it did, then maybe that would be tempting. I mean, it does say in red we need more states to have an effect, so there might be a bigger effect if we destroy the temple when we are bigger. It's possible. And yeah, it is mutually exclusive. It might be a placeholder, actually, when Arroyo gets something. That's not wrong. Ah, the roaming army. We can get another upgrade. And we actually get a research bonus now. And our divisions get 20% faster. Whoa! I do like this mechanic, actually, as, like, the Warren is very much a snowball. As they get going, they get stronger and stronger and stronger, which is kind of cool. Unlike other factions where they get weaker and weaker, manpower-wise. Where am I from? I'm from the Netherlands, but I live in the UK. Behemoths attacking. Both behemoths. They're like, we need to bring out the big guns. It's the behemoths versus the Mirelurks. My behemoths do have enough piercing to actually pierce their armor, so they're not as good defending against them. We're inflicting casualties, though. We've lost 200 men. The Apostles have put up a better fight than anyone else we've come up against thus far. Alright, flexibility of movement had the Special Forces capacity. Flexibility of command did not. So we want this one. Trained mongrels done. We should probably start making some of those. Let's reduce the number of behemoths we're producing because we don't need that many. Because we do have a huge amount. They are so close to capitulation. I think what we would need to do is take Arago, or yeah, I think we would need to take Arago. I don't think Camos Valley would do it. Not quite. Also, crikey, we have a lot of slaves. 20 slaves a month. How am I getting that many now? Oh, NCR just fought someone. Who was that? The Rapids, which are here. They are actually counter-attacking. Blimey! Oh, I know why. It's because your planning preparation sucks. Give me a moment. Let's regenerate that, shall we? More slaves you have, the more you get a month. Oh, interesting. But it caps out 1,000, right? Already halfway to the cap. I'd ask if there are any feral ghoul nations, but honestly I have no idea how that would work. No, there aren't. There are ghoul nations, but no ferals.
So many staring eyes.
Guess because you're not on the front line, you're not getting planning prep? Ouch, bad supply is really hurting. Oh, yeah. I can see why.
Sometimes they escape, and I have to round them up again.
Well, let's see what we can do, now that we've got our massive attack bonus. I feel like we might actually need to get rifles for these guys. Oh no, they're out manpower. So we're whittling them down. NTR Rangers join the NTR. Expanding slave labor. Gain caps. We gain infrastructure in a bunch of places. Our slave drivers send out teams of dozens of would-be workers to clear the rounds and establish pathways through otherwise dense mutated woodland. This also gets us a bunch of caps. Ultimatum deadline from whom? Oh. Romarch, Bly, Fields Point and 2 others become theirs. They like us more. We like them less. We do get 3 free factories. But no! Absolutely not!
Don't look at me.
Don't see how they really think they have a chance against us. 17 super mutants against about 22 of them, I guess. I do have a decent amount of industry now. Hail to the king, baby. What's that? Oh, wait. Way down here. Well, hopefully that means that they've done all of this stuff. Yes, they have. Requires both. Okay, so they should have everything built up that they needed to be built up for me to now conquer them. New Maniposa decision gives cause, does it? Oh, the decision. Yes. In South Mojave, South California, East California, Southwest California, West Washington, Central Washington.
Huh?
So we didn't quite get all of our troops in position to fortify, but enough. Yep, enough. Alright, so they have a justification. Are they going to trigger it? Because I think they must have noticed all of my troops suddenly appearing on their borders. Well, I know what my next focus is going to be, regardless. Come on, reinforce, reinforce. Damn it!
Huh?
Huh? Alright, that's all built up. We still have very little infrastructure down there in the far south. Fields Point. Let's get those done first. Fields Point, Rome March, and the Adel Badlands. Let's get those three finished first. Well, actually, did we finish this one? Because that's the one that we absolutely need to get done first. Diamond Park. Yeah, Diamond Park is finished. Special Forces expansion. Good. Special Forces, hot cold acclimatization. Power armor, hot cold acclimatization. Special Forces capacity or defense. No, we want capacity. I don't really care about defense. First of all, though. Well, no, you can keep on working on this. Let's get the capacity. Then once reconnaissance companies is finished, then we can get rifles. Western Brotherhood of Steel declared war on Arroyo. That's actually potentially very good for the NCR, because I'm guessing the Western Brotherhood's less likely to declare war on them when they're at war with the Legion. They aren't yet, but I'm kind of expecting that they will be soon. White Legs took 7 states. Timekeepers are our next. So stuff's starting to happen stuff's starting to happen over here. Brotherhood being douches, Arroyo saved them. Well, Western Brotherhood don't seem exactly the nicest of groups. By any stretch of imagination. They've lost 1,000, we've lost 420. I mean, I think I'm actually okay just constantly throwing ourselves at them. AI or plans here are actually working, because we're damaging them, they cannot replenish. Now let's see if we can hold this. Come on, people. Go, go, go. Damn it! We'll push them back again quickly enough. NCR took 5 states. The Rapids have been annexed. You're doing the thing with the White Legs, which is provoking them to go after New Canaan. Roads to Dayglow. I don't have AT rifles yet, no. Researching them once we have the recon companies. I wasn't expecting the apostles to be this much problem. But supply in Camas Valley is apparently horrible. So we need to just keep units rotating. We don't take a huge amount of attrition here, thankfully. The AI is relatively decent at rotating people in and out. Basic hygiene education again. Would allow us to get some more stability, but honestly I don't think that's really a problem. Oh, we can purchase slaves. We're producing tons of caps, so we don't really have any other use for them. Do it. Huh? Right, did I ever add dags? I don't think I ever added dags. I did not add dags. Well, add dags then. And we have the capability to produce... No, we don't. How do I have fire team? And I can't actually make fire teams. Oh, it's because I have 3 guns. Randomly, probably stolen from somebody. There's the recon companies. Let's get anti-tank rifles. And then let's add recon companies to these guys. Oh, that will actually leave us short on support equipment. And dogs. Alright. Then we'll do that. And these guys are all gaining experience. That's how I know that they haven't actually taken like a tremendous amount of damage. Versus what they're dishing out. And how much they're fighting. I mean, look how weak these units are getting. It's just a matter of time. The hardened shell tactic. I don't like the sound of that. National Defense. Division attack +6. Division defense +12. All unit leaders get +1 defense. No! That sounds horrible. Right, slave labor has been expandified. I should probably get this at some point, but not yet. First of all, we are going to go and decimate the dancers before they get too strong. Do you like dags? Do I like what? Dags, dags. Do you like dags?
Huh?
Oh, you mean dogs? Yeah, I like dogs. Is that why my failed naval invaders lose experience? They take too much damage. Yep. And possibly if you're losing a lot of experience, they're probably getting sunk on the way. Like if their unit strength has taken massive chunks out of it, then they've been losing transports, which means they're being sunk on the way to the invasion. Sky Reaver's gone after the 80s. Training programs done. Is it time for some dynamite? I'm not sure. I still never did actually get decryption. Decryption would help. Yeah, it would help. Great weapons. Oh, yeah! I forgot that those existed. Yeah, okay, we're a fair bit behind. That would definitely help.
Sometimes they escape, and I have to round them up again.
That unit is very nearly dead. So are these. Just attack, attack, and attack some more. Ah, damn it, you've been getting loads of defense skill buffs. It's not very good for you. Oh, we're about to get a hill fighter though, which would be nice. Okay, now we're able to hold. So then hopefully we can counterattack and take out Camus Valley. This is basically a micro-western front. It kind of is. Except that my guys don't actually take very many casualties from battle. I mean, they've inflicted some. They've inflicted about 600 times more than most of my enemies. 25 days until we can do that, and we are pushing here now. Yeah, I think we've finally broken the camel's back. Oh, maybe not. We do have both behemoths attacking. They immediately counterattack. Damn it! Stop it. I wonder if I'm going to be able to build in Camus Valley when I take that again. That special... wow, that special forces unit was kind of weak. Kinda sorta weak. I think I'm going to get the infrastructure construction speed. Should probably have done that a while ago. Did I upgrade all of the training maximum? I did. Yeah, we got really, really good organization. Five more days. Thankfully, we seem to have resolved the supply issue here. I think just from taking more of this zone has helped. Damn it! Take what you... and hold what you take. Alright, it is now time for Unwilling Gatherers. This is going to give us a bunch of scrap metal and water. We fully upgraded the infrastructure out of the capital. Our gatherers are learning what it means to work until one is dropped, for it is only then that we let them rest, let them eat. The harder they work, the sooner they may collapse. And... you think you can insult me? Oh, they've changed their name. They're now the Crimson Acolytes. Fancy! Well, it is war then. And they have nobody guarding. Oops. No, they didn't get puppeted. They just changed government, I think. Yeah. Stupid Umis. They've still got a fairly large army, but they're all off somewhere else. They apparently didn't notice the giant super mutants. Somehow. Oh, they did manage to take Camp Sherman. Bit annoying. Where are their armies? I mean, I'm not complaining. How's the attack over here? It's not. That's how. Oh, yeah, I can train some more of these. Correction, I can train another of those. What's my number at now? 23 allowed, so another 2, then I can get some more. Okay. I think I might do another one of those. 2 of those. 1 of those. Yeah, they must be really worried about the Western Brotherhood because they're all guarding that border. I don't really blame them. We'll start recruiting some more mutants too. There we go, now they're starting to appear. Yeah. They screwed up a little bit, I think. Just a little bit. Oh man, we're getting loads of factories right now. I need to get the rifle tech. Oh, it's 3 days, then we can start making rifles. And then the Mirelurks will start being sniped by super mutant snipers.
Sometimes they escape, and I have to round them up again.
In fact, just go there. We'll send somebody to go and deal with this. 80 rifles, there we are. Whoa, 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 whoa. 151 spare scrap metal. Good grief. Now we're attacking Camus Valley, and it looks like we're going to take it this time. Then that's going to allow me to start bringing up some extra supply. Good. Amortization training. And also going to continue upgrading rifles so they do more pierce damage. Come on, take Camus Valley. Take it. Now it looks even more like World War I, a slog in the west and open to the east. No! Did I cancel it? Yeah, it did. Okay, we've no. We're so close to retaking it. So close and yet so far. Oh, you're not in the army. Whoops.
Got you now.
Meaning that you're not even close to having the stats you need. Hold. Staff office plan. Marching fire. Done. Let's go and get hit and run, which gets us some more special forces. More behemoths. Please hold on to what we take, for goodness sake, people.
Huh?
Ah, we've got a hill fighter at last. Fossils have now lost 3,000. Unwilling gatherers finished. Don't want to do those yet. We don't know enough of Oregon yet. Over on the armory? May as well. The armory at Tremont Station is amongst the most impressive all of the North. Thousands of firearms of varying shapes and sizes gathered over hundreds of years of scavenging and conflict with local raiders and tribes. One can learn a great deal from the schematics that armory contains. Wow, we have actually recruited our absolute maximum already. What is my fielded army? 7,000. Okay, yeah, we've got enough. We've got as many troops as we had with New Canaan. These guys counter-attacking are actually surprisingly effective. Probably because it's such a long front. We're gaining a lot of experience, though. Yeah, we are. Drop another planning prep. Give you some time to acclimatise. Camus Valley is fallen. Now it looks like we'll hold it. Now we can upgrade the supply here. And hopefully that was the last bottleneck. Please be the last bottleneck.
So many staring eyes.
We are, however, training 4 new behemoths, which is pretty nice.
Head voice.
They're trying to push back. My turn! I was just waiting for my planning preparation to come through. This is how it must be like fighting for the Legion against the Twin Mothers. Like, you have such overwhelming strength that they're never really going to be able to hold you, but as long as their strength remains, they do. Caesar's Legion declared war on the NTR, and the Western Brotherhood is still fighting Arroyo. This might be the first time the NTR actually stands a freaking chance. Let's save here. I don't think I've ever seen the NCR beat Caesar's Legion in every game that I've played, because the Western Brotherhood always backstabs them. Slashing melee weaponry. That's still ahead of time though, so we can't get that one. Can, however, get these. And yes, make more stabbies. Stabby, 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 stabby. The old guns. Use supplies we have moved into Tumult Station to help rebuild the artillery. Any leftover artillery can be moved to our capital. For every state we own with a Tumult Station core that is also has at least 5 infrastructure build, 1 AA in the Warren and Tumult Station. Interesting. So that's basically saying that all of this needs to be at least level 5, which we're actually doing. Cool. What's that lead to? Nothing. We should probably rebuild Willamette Fortress. The Rib Breakers operated out of a series of massive pre-war buildings, for which they're only referred to as Willamette. We destroyed much of the fortress and now are fighting, but we shall rebuild it, larger and greater than it ever was under their rule. It will be a symbol of our dominance in the area. Yeah, we're gaining loads of experience, so this is a successful offensive. Main problem down here is just the sheer length of the line. Need more troops over there. I mean, I can probably assign most of these. Let's say not those two. I'll assign all of you. Okay, one more. Off you go. Because most of these are being kept in reserve at the moment. Nations to the east that's got an air force base as its capital. Shoshone? Navajo has declared war on the foragers. So Navajo actually doing something this time. That's good. And you're meanwhile upgrading pretty quickly. So let's do this. Okay, good. Focus fire. That's more better rifles. Can we add rifles to these yet? No. We have 2 in storage. No, we don't. We have 52. Hold on. How many do I need? Oh, yeah. We can. We'll have 2 still left. Fantastic. Now, Mirelurks. Now I can finally pierce your armor. How did the run of yesterday end? New Canaan? It was really good. So we ended up owning Tar Walkers, Whitelegs, 80s, New Hammond directly. All of this was ours. And then we had puppets in Crazy Horse, Dead Horses, and the Sorrows. And we could also puppet Lord's Anointed, Lone Tree, Unitar, which we were doing when the game crashed. The problem was that Caesar's Legion owned basically all of this. In fact, no, it was more than that. Caesar's Legion owned all of this. They'd taken out the NCR, all of the northern Mexicans, the Rio Grande. Yeah, Caesar's Legion's border was here. And came up all the way around here. How does trade work in this mod? Nobody wants to trade with me. It's based on influence, trade influence. So one thing you want to do is increase your increase opinion. The higher your opinion, the more likely they're to trade with you. So if you hover over each nation, you'll see our trade influence with nation is minus massive. If the number is very small, like minus 10, 15, 20, maybe even up to 50, then maybe they'll trade with you. See, trade of influence support more is 5, so as long as it's positive, you can trade with them. Is this more difficult than normal? If by normal you mean vanilla, depends on which nation you're playing as. Like, I haven't particularly struggled with Troll Warren yet. New Canaan was hard, because your manpower limits are extreme and absolute. Definitely makes things rather more difficult. Let's get reconnaissance going. I think we are struggling a little bit more against the Bone Dancers than I was anticipating. Though we're not really losing troops against them. Crimson Acolytes have killed 600. We've killed 1,000, almost 2,000. The Apostles are so freaking nearly dead. But these guys still have the yellow exclamation mark, which means that the AI doesn't want to move them to the front because they'll be out of supply. Which is fair, which is why I'm trying to upgrade the supply here so that we can get more coming through. But the supply... Oh no, this is all 3 out of 4. Man, the supply here is terrible. This is giving them a little bit of a breather. Time to rebuild, although they're out of manpower, so they can't rebuild much. From the ruins. Research speed for industry. That's all I'm getting. We could do weapons of the past. We haven't actually upgraded any of this stuff. Lead. Powder. The thundering sound of death. These are the weapons of old. Those have determined the fate of uncountable lives throughout history. They are within our capacity to create, and more so, something that our warriors covet and trust. It is natural for a super mutant to desire such weaponry. Do people make these mods as a paradox or something else? Yeah, these are all mods. People in their spare time. Okay, so what resources am I still short on? Dogs and anti-tank. I think I want to increase the amount of AT that we have. The other thing is I'm probably upgrading a lot of my weapons to slashing right now. Let's do that though. The other thing, you can deploy. Let's get Tribal Daka. More Daka. We have captured countless firearms and captives capable of producing them throughout our conquests, and it is time to put them to work arming our warriors. The warring can only get so far with cudgels and hammers after all. Oh, we can get power melee weapons. Sweet. So we can actually get this. Can also get these. So powered weapons give more soft attack, which is what we're after. More piercing. They're more reliable. They're cheaper. More breakthrough. Worse defense, but pff, who cares about defense? Yeah, we want these. 100% we want those. Sweet.
Don't look at me. Don't.
Alright, I think I'm going to have to start doing a lot of this manually now. I want to end this war. Actually, to that end. This is fine. We'll just push in. And we are making progress against these guys. It's slow, but it is there. And like I said, we're gaining tons of experience on our units, so just not killing very many. You guys being moved upwards, which is good. That's very good. What was the... It's usually a naval invasion, isn't it? Who's naval invading me? Actually, both of these could, probably. Hadn't even considered that threat from the Mirelurks. Acclimatization training done. Alright, now we can get Special Forces 2, or 3, which gets us some more behemoths. Yeah, that one little push through here was kind of critical because it's opened up extra angles so we can attack them, excuse me, from multiple angles, and also our Arago is about to fall. We attack them, stop them reinforcing, and this should be a capitulation from the Apostles right now. Oh boy! Finally. And then you guys...
And I have to round them up again.
Basically...
Sit up waiting.
Turn this into a field marshal front line. That being the goal. And you're all assigned to it. Alright, so military factories. We have gotten another 4. I'm going to get some more rifles, so we're not going to need that many of them. Let's do that. And then I feel like I want some convoys. Oh, we have we have no ports. We have shipyards, but no ports. Interesting. Okay. That's a thing. Golden Gecko. Some more stability.
Sometimes they escape, and I have to round them up again.
Just keep pressing. Looks like we've got them now, finally. This is also going to give me access to more coring. Where is it? There it is. Cracking cultists. For many decades we've used bones in our weapons, be they a simple decoration or, in the case of our more unproven warriors, cheap and affordable weapons. Now we've wiped out these cultists and bones in plenty, and our young warriors make glorious replicas of greater weapons with them. Yeah, now we're really punching these guys as well. They've suffered 3,000 casualties. We've suffered 800. I mean, they've definitely done a fair amount of damage to us. Not gonna lie. Fueling our rise. Still not coming after us, which is good. Timberlane again. Bear Bunyan. Popular figurehead. They are a tribe. Loads of overruns. Come on! So, trade to him. Desert Cunning would actually be quite a good idea. The other thing I was thinking was I might start making both of these guys into field marshals, just so I can start getting some of the unit size promotions. I think I might still do that.
Sometimes they escape, and I have to round them up again. So many staring eyes.
So now I have access to all the commanding officer traits. Anything which is just like this, breakthrough, not going to be of any help, because they're not going to be a commanding officer. But the unit leader max size is... I think there's some which are +6. 4 seems to be the biggest. Let's make you a sneering imperialist in that case. And now you can have up to 28 units. Oh boy. And Troll Warren continues to expand. But that is going to have to be where I limit the expansion for today, because I've been going for 40 minutes longer than I meant to. So I do hope you're enjoying this so far. If you are, be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when I am live again in the future. If you have enjoyed this, then be sure, hit that follow button. If you're really enjoying this, then do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, lets me do more of this kind of content. If you want to support the channel other ways, check out the Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/MordredViking. I do have a Discord, which is where the community hangs out. They're a cool bunch, and it's always a real pleasure to see some new faces amongst them. So come along, join us. I'm going to be back again tomorrow. On the schedule is Prophecy of Pendor at 5, and then continuing Heartsvine 4 Old World Blues at 10, though I might actually do Total War, because this was replacing a double day of Total War. So I think I'm going to do that. We'll do Total War tomorrow, and then Friday is going to be a double day of Old World Blues. So more of this on Friday. Anyway, that's going to be it from me for this evening. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Let's see if there's anyone we should raid. Is there anyone else doing Old World Blues? That would be the obvious answer. No. Short answer. Alright, let's see who else is alive. Extra Bold, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, I think Normulator. We'll go and raid them. So head on over to Normulator, say hello from Mordred Viking. Make sure to light up their chat with Viking Raid, just like this. If you've got access to the Viking Horns or to the Viking Wings, then be sure to display those most proudly as well. Anyway, that's going to be it from me from now. I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.